Salom aziz o'quvchilar, speaking mavzulari davom etadi va bugungi mavzuyimiz qiziq mavzu. Describe a competition, music, sport, etc. you would like to take part in. Ya'ni o'sha competition haqida gapirish kerak. Ya'ni qandaydir musobaqa, bu sport musobaqasi bo'lishi mumkin, musiqa bo'lishi mumkin, boshqa musobaqa bo'lishi mumkin va shu musobaqada siz qatnashishni xohlagan bo'lardingiz. Mana shunaqa musobaqa. Demak, what competition it is, qanaqa competitionligini aytishimiz kerak. What you would do in this competition, nima qilasiz bu competitionda, and why you want to take part in, va nima uchun siz bu musobaqada qatnashmoqchisiz. Mana shu savollarga javob berishga harakat qilaman 2 daqiqa davomida. Undan keyin esa o'sha portret savollarni ham ko'rib chiqamiz ushbu mavzuni. Okay, demak, if you're ready, I can start. So the competition that I always wanted to take part in is football competition. It's World Cup, and in general, I always loved playing football. I always loved playing and watching football. And as a teenager, I used to spend a lot of time playing football with my friends and also watching it on TV. And we really enjoyed watching World Cup games. And I was a fan of Brazil because Brazil was one of the best teams in the World Cup. They're still one of the best. They were able to win, this World Cup many times. And I was a fan of Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo. I admired his skills, his ability to score goals, his ability to pass the defenders. Was really, a great player, and I always wanted to be like him. And my national team was never able to make it to the World Cup. And when I was a teenager, I dreamt of playing for the national team, becoming a forward and scoring goals against big teams and qualifying for the World Cup and there play against these big national teams like Germany, Argentina, Brazil, and scoring this final goal in the last minute and making my national team champions. So this was my crazy dream at that time, and I think this is never going to happen because I'm neither fit enough nor young enough, and my profession is actually very different. I'm not a professional football player, but at that time I wanted to take part in this competition. And the reason is not just about personal achievement, becoming famous. Of course, this is something that everyone wants, but it's more about making my country famous and proud as well, because our nation loves football. They love it, but unfortunately the football players were unable to play at a very high level and qualify for the World Cup. So I wanted to make my country's people feel proud, and I wanted to make my country famous in the world arena, in this World Cup arena, and take my flag and run around the stadium. So yeah, this kind of things that I wanted to do when I was young. But of course, as I said, I have changed my profession. I'm not a professional football player. So maybe sometime in the future, I hope that my team will make it to the World Cup and I'll be watching this game, at least watching through it TV. Thank you for your attention. Okay, that's it. I was going to go play good call. I'm sorry. So yeah, mana shunaqa demak mavzuda gaplashdik part 2 bo'yicha. Okay, demak portret savollarini ham ko'rib chiqamiz. What jobs require employees to be competitive? Competitive degani raqobatli, raqobatbardosh. Ya'ni qaysi ishlarda o'sha ishchilar competitive bo'lishi kerak degan savolga to'xtalib o'tamiz. Now, I think people working in private sector, people working for private companies have to be competitive because it's not like working for the government. Because working for the government is very different. And when you work in the private sector, you have to always make sure that you have a high level of qualification and you're always competitive, because anytime they can fire you and they can replace you with another person. So for example, if you take education centers, we have so many education centers in our city, for example, and if you want to work there, you have to be really competitive. You should have qualifications, you should have teaching skills and other kinds of skills that make you stand out from other people. Otherwise, it's very easy to replace you, because there are so many people who want to work in education centers. So it's very competitive environment if you want to work as a teacher in an education center. Now, do you think competition is important in the workplace? Is it necessary to encourage people to compete with others in companies? Well, I think healthy level of competition is good, is something that is advisable, but we shouldn't focus completely on competition. We should encourage collaboration, teamwork, because these things are more important than competition. Because competition is more about personal achievement, and what we need is actually teamwork. And the companies that emphasize more collaboration, more teamwork are more likely to be successful in the future. So why are competition shows popular? Well, the competition shows, for example, such as World Cup games like Football World Cup, for example, or we have talent shows. And the reason why they're popular is because, for example, if you think about talent shows, is because you can see something really unusual, because something that average people cannot do. You have people performing dances, you have people performing songs, and you have the people doing some crazy things that you would never be able to do. So this is something that makes them interesting, because usually average people cannot do these things. And in terms of sports, you can actually you can actually support your team. Yeah, even if you're not able to play, you feel like playing in the field by supporting them. That's why I think these kind of games are more popular. Now, the next question is, what kind of people would be competitive? Yani qanaqa odamlar raqobatbardosh bo'ladi, raqobatli bo'ladi, raqobatga o'ch bo'ladi. So the kind of people who I think the kind of people who want to be competitive is probably ambitious people who set high goals for themselves, who don't want to be like average person. So they want to stand out. They want to show that they have higher level of skills, so that they're better than other people in certain aspects. And I think it's good. Sometimes it's good, but you shouldn't underestimate the importance of working with people. It's not just about you. You should also take into account that usually other people will also help you to reach this level. So you shouldn't be just self-centered person. So that's, I think, my suggestion to those people who are very competitive. Okay, demak mana competitionga bag'ishlangan mavzuni ham ko'rib chiqdik. Hamma savollarga javob berdik. Part 2, Part 3 savollariga. Hopefully you enjoyed my speech and learned something, and if you did so, that made me happy. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Take care.